In the first video for this module, I will finish up the types of techniques and approaches that are used in cognitive neuroscience in order to study the brain. And I've already talked about recording techniques such as EEG and fMRI and single cell recordings. And then we saw that TMS could be used to temporarily sort of damage a region in the brain and see what kind of effect that would have on behavior. TMS in many ways is sort of a technological way of doing what cognitive neuropsychologists have done for a long time. The only difference being that a cognitive neuropsychologist takes people who have unfortunately suffered from brain damage, typically from a stroke or lack of carbon dioxide to the brain, something like that. And as a result of it, some injury, sometimes a motor accident, playing football, you name it. And as a result of that, they have damage to a particular brain area or multiple brain areas. And what cognitive neuropsychologists then do is to try to understand, first of all, where the damage is. And then second, just like in TMS, what that damage actually does to particular behaviors and particular cognitive skills. We'll look at one example of that that's really striking, and it's called prosopagnosia. Now, I'm not throwing a Scrabble word at you here, although if you get that on the board, I'm pretty sure you win in one go. Prosopagnosia is a word that's derived from ancient Greek. If you know how to read Greek letters, this says prosopo, and prosopo is the word for face in Greek. Agnosia is a lack of an inability to recognize. So in this case, prosopagnosia is a lack of ability to recognize faces. This is a very striking disorder, and I'm posting two links here that I want you to watch at least the first one, and if you have a level of curiosity, I would recommend watching the second one as well. That one is a bit longer, but the first one, definitely watch that, because it gets across how profoundly impacted a person can be if they have damage to one very specific region in the brain. That's actually called the fusiform face area. And we'll get to that more when we're talking about perception later in this module. So look at that, and I'm giving you that as an example of how cognitive neuropsychology tries to study and understand the link between brain and behavior. So I'm first going to post that now, and I'll end this video here so you can watch those links first, and then I'll continue to kind of discuss what the approach is, what the cognitive neuropsychologists do in order to then understand the link between brain and behavior.